Well, we are getting an outpouring of stories from inside Israel and Gaza, and our next guest has an urgent message following the attack on Israel.
He is desperately searching for his son, an American citizen serving right now in the IDF at the Gaza border. He's been missing in action for more than 36 hours now without any contact. Ruby Chen joins us now.
Ruby, thank you for being with us, especially at this moment. Do you know, what can you tell us about where your son, Ite, was last seen in action?
Well, that's the billion-dollar question. First of all, thank you for having me and amplifying my voice. So he was at his base at the border of Gaza. We got a message from him Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m., saying that there is bombing going on. And that was the last time that we had any communication with him. Since then, he has been defined officially by the IDF as missing in action. What does that mean? It means that nobody physically has been able to identify him since. He is not in the hospitals, and he is not one of the deceased. As such, the working assumption is if he's not here in the state of Israel, he must be someplace else.
So what's the IDF telling you? Anything specific? And do you believe now that he may have been captured by Hamas?
Well, I think that it's a valid working assumption to have, that the lack of communication that Hamas provide Israel regarding the people that they've abducted, which is a bit, sick. People, Holocaust survivors to little children, are the type of people that they gathered up and took them over the other side of the border. But I think, the United States, we are all in favor of what President Biden, Secretary of State, have been very fierce in their comments about what they've seen and, how the beliefs and values of the United States, is different than what we've seen here, and providing Israel an ability to protect itself. But I'd like to maybe focus on the previous segment and what is happening now in Gaza. And let's take that forward another 2 weeks from now, where we will see for sure many Palestinians with U.S. passports urging the United States, the State Department, to come and save them for their lives because of what is happening. And you might even say it's a valid point that they are United States citizens. What I would counter and say, I'd like the same standard. My son, a U.S. citizen, is most likely in Gaza as we speak. And first and foremost, he is an American citizen. As the Palestinian American citizen would say, no, I am first an American citizen. State Department, please help me. I'm asking for the same standard.
And Ruby, first, could you tell us about your son, about his service in the Israeli Defense Forces? And have you heard from the U.S. government at this point?
So we are in contact with the embassy and the State Department. And yes, I am a New Yorker, so I do have a congressman that I reached out to, trying to reach Senator Schumer as well and get his support. We are all trying to piece the pieces of the puzzle in order to build the picture and understand where not only my son is an American citizen, but there are multiple U.S. Israeli citizens that are in the same situation as we are. And what we are asking from President Biden, in addition to condemning, is being more fierce in his request from the Hamas to abide to international law when it comes to POWs. That means that they need to identify each POW that they have. It means that they need to provide and take care of their health, and they need to allow the UN or the Red Cross to come and visit those prisoners of war, especially if these are U.S. citizens that they are holding.
Ruby, will you just humanize your son, why he wanted to serve in the IDF? Just tell us more about Ite.
Yeah, so we moved here about 30 years ago. I'm the proud outcome of the New York public education system. We believe that this is the Jewish state for the Jewish people. Itai grew up as an avid NBA fan. I have to say, as a New York Knicks fan, it was difficult for me to see him becoming a Lakers fan and Kobe Bryant, but I guess that's what kids do. He very much was anticipating his service, but at the end of the day, the values that Itai has are similar to the values that I have. And as a kid, growing up in the public education system, I'm sure all of you remember we would take our right hand and pledge allegiance to the flag. And we believed in those values, the values that said, if we are in trouble or our family, the US is behind us and will take care of us. And I'll just continue that pledge and say, we are one nation, indivisible, liberty, justice for all. And I think this is all we are asking. We're asking at this point of time for the US Secretary of State, as well as other Western governments, do as much as possible to provide the minimum requirements of at least giving what is required by international law when holding POWs, not just US citizens that are in Gaza at this moment, but Holocaust survivors, children, Israelis, Europeans. Everyone should have the minimum justice and freedom and liberty that we all grew up on.
Ruby, Chen, we're just so grateful for you. Just talking about your son at this time. We'll keep his name out there. We want to stay in close touch with you, and we'll continue to update the situation without a doubt. Ruby, thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you for having me and amplifying my voice.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.